Hello, good morning, good day, well met, traveler. Welcome to this video. I have a significantly shorter sketchbook tour than the previous one for you today. This is only 30 pages, so it was pretty easy breezy, quick to finish. Life hack, you want to finish more sketchbooks? Pick short ones. I started the sketchbook with the intention that I wanted to do something with it. So I did what I call the do-over sketchbook, where basically I just drew / painted everything twice across the spreads with the idea of trying to experiment more with color and media, and also just try to relax and improve the drawing on the second go around, perhaps. Let's just get started. Also, I apologize for the lighting. I am really fighting against the sun moving over my house, because really the ideal time to film right here is about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I missed that window. So I'm trying to make the best of it and get it done. So hopefully it's not too distracting, the shadows, because it's only gonna get worse if I wait longer. Anyway, first page, just some swatching of paints and stuff. A little sketch of Bean and Pidge here. This first one is honestly probably the most dramatic difference, and the most difficult for me to show, because I really don't like this one. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was trying to be more stylized and I didn't care for it, but I do really like the second attempt with the purple and the more painterly approach. I'm becoming more of a real painter, maybe, I don't know. I can no longer sketch with just pencils and dry media. It feels really strange to me, so I'm always getting my paints out when I'm sketching now. Whatever that means, whatever's happening inside of me. Here's some birds. They're pretty similar, although I do feel like the suggestion of feather texture is a little nicer in the second one. These look pretty much the same. I feel like I put very little effort into them, and wouldn't you know, you put not a lot of effort into something, sometimes it doesn't look as good as you want it to. I also didn't try very hard to make them look different. Kitties. These are pretty straightforward. I feel like you can see, when you look at either one by themselves, they're kind of fine, but when you look at them side to side, it really helps me start to... Hello, Bean. Well, I'm recording a video. Anyway, you can see the differences and sort of the mistakes I'm making with the facial anatomy and stuff. So that's, I don't know, it's helpful for me, I guess. And you know what I realized halfway through this book? That I just walked backwards into the concept of doing studies for your art, like artists do. So pro tip, sketch things more than once if you want them to improve, I guess. These are pretty similar. I like the pencil scratchies here. Back to basics. What, baby? It can't be helped. I'm not starting over. This is one where I really liked the first one, and so I kind of had to force myself to do the second one a different way, and I think it kind of shows. Like, my heart really wasn't in this one as much. I preferred it when it was a pen sketch before I just filled it in with watercolors or whatever I did here. Some fish, sort of highlighter marker, and then acrylics. I'm still leaning really hard on that pink underpainting. Love it. Here I tried an orange underpainting. Oh, it's really hard to see with the shadows from the window. I don't know. What are you gonna do? Some wolves. This is copper, metallic copper paint, which I just don't know how I feel about. Like, I love the concept of like a shiny metallic paint, but I never feel like it looks good on paper, and it's much more opaque, so it doesn't mix well with other paints. It doesn't play nice. I really like this page. I did force myself to use, I swapped the colors, wow. And I did cover up most of the green in this one, but I do really like it. Attempting to try to draw plants, I still feel really uncomfortable doing them, and I feel like it shows. I just don't have like the shape language in my brain. These feel a little low effort. I think this was about the point where I started to get a little bit of that cyclical sort of art fatigue, I guess, or art insecurity, where I just suddenly one day went from I'm having a great time making art to I'm the worst at making art and I don't know how to do it. And fighting through that is always kind of difficult. I think I was also starting to deal with some, and I'm still dealing with, some real extra medium wrist pain, tendinitis, or whatever it is, and it's kind of difficult to work through that when I do really want to create art, but it causes pain to do so, and I'm really singly right-handed, so I guess I could try drawing with my left hand as an exercise, but I can't even brush my teeth with my left hand. I can't do anything. It's useless. But anyway, these plants again. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to draw a plant that's multicolored. The pink again. I wish I could tell you that my tendinitis is solely due to drawing so much, because I'm just so studious and serious about art, but I think it's mostly due to the fact that my hand is permanently clamped into a computer mouse position for some reason. Anyway, here's some goats, sheep, chickens. These feel low effort. Oh, they look kind of cute though. But I did also learn while I was doing this that I really enjoy drawing with ballpoint pen. I really like the way it feels on the paper, and it feels so nice while I'm doing it. But 99% of the time, I don't like how the drawing looks at the end. So it's kind of an annoying discrepancy for me right now, that I enjoy the process so much, but I don't like the result. And it's probably just a skill issue, bro, but I'll practice more, I guess. These were definitely on a very low energy day where I was just forcing myself to get a page done when I really wanted to finish. Baby tiger. This is ballpoint pen again. Wizard cats. This one was kind of fun, and I kind of want to pursue maybe doing some more stuff like this, where I just painted in the whole figure with this blue color and then layered the pencils on top. I mean, it makes it look really blue and washed out, so maybe a different background color, but it was kind of fun after being in this sort of rut where I was constantly kind of only using paint to go back to more textured, scratchy pencil. This page I did break the rule. I think it's the only page where I did that, where I did do two different images of this cat wearing the hat. It's the same cat and the same hat, but it just had too many cute poses that I couldn't not draw more than one. This is a page where I gave up. And I think it's important to know that if you're ever getting really frustrated trying to make art, especially if it's just in your sketchbook and you're frustrated and you feel bad and you're upset, that's right, Bean. Just stop. Just move on. This is another situation where I've been, on Pinterest or whatever, looking at a lot of really great art where I just kind of, hello, diluted, baby. I deluded myself into believing that because I looked at all this art, I could draw exactly like that. And I really don't have a lot of practice drawing human figures, let alone human figures clothed in 80 layers of folding, billowy fabric. So I don't know why I got disappointed in myself when I couldn't do it easily. I actually don't hate the first one as much as I was feeling negative about it while I was doing it, although I do still have this problem where I always draw the figure too large for the paper and it runs off. But then when I tried to go again, I just became too frustrated, so I moved on, and I think that's fine. Some horses. I'm still trying to reclaim the ability to draw a horse, because I used to draw a lot when I was younger and I felt like I knew how to do it, but now they kind of elude me. They do have a very uniquely strange structure when it comes down to it. So I mean, it's interesting for me to see that like there's things that improved and there's things that kind of regressed through each one. I'm always drawing horse faces too short, so it's funny to me that I got it right the first time and then I don't know, there's a happy medium perhaps. Oh, it's a pity you can't see it because the lighting is so messed up. What if I like move it? I really like this little painting and I'm trying to let myself just like it and not feel like, well, the only reason I like it so much is because the pink is doing so much work to make it interesting and warm and cute. But I really like it. I really want to pursue more landscapes, but they're really intimidating to me. And then I just kind of got out the pen and just kind of sketched it because I didn't really know what to do. It was always happening when I really liked the first one that I was like, well, what do I do for the second one? The first one was good. And so that was an interesting lesson, I guess. It's two little paintings of Bean, who's been making a bunch of noise. Looking grumpy. This is the face she gives you when you're working on the computer and she doesn't want you to be because she just wants to cuddle on the couch all day. I kind of surprised myself with this one because it's really against my nature to use primary colors, but I started out with yellow, dark blue, and dark red, and I'm surprised that I like it so much because I really naturally don't want to look at those colors. I'm almost done, don't worry. But I think it does have more depth in it than the other one does. Just a cute little tea kettle I found on Pinterest. This really, I really pushed myself to just do a pen drawing and not sketch. I mean, there's a little bit of sketchy, but to just do it. And it really illustrates one of the major issues I have with drawing is that I always make things much more narrow than they are in real life. So I just need to practice. This is fun. I actually, when I first started adding these little ink lines, I got upset because I liked how it looked before I added them, but then I still like it, I think. Oh man, the lighting's not ideal, but it's better than doing it in the dark. These look better in the dark. It obscures how messy they are. Some more sort of really half-hearted, scared attempts at doing a landscape. I maybe need to start my landscape journey with stuff that's more simple and doesn't have a million pine trees in it, because that's asking for trouble. This one I did this and then I just realized the drawing was really off, so I wanted to improve the drawing and the pose, and then markers have bled through to the other page. Some frogs. Yeah, it's interesting for me to compare them. Like, there's things about this one where I feel like the structure is a little better than parts of this one, but then the paint's more fun, and then I like these little sketches I threw in there for fun. I'll tell you what about frogs. I think they're very cute and they're very charming, and I do want to learn how to draw them. But as I was looking at pictures of frogs on Pinterest, I did notice this sort of looming sense of dread washing over me, and it got to a point where I had to just stop looking at them. So I don't know if I have some sort of latent frog phobia that I don't know about, but there's something about them. If you stare at a frog for too long, it makes you start feeling scared. That's the last page. I basically was inspired. I wanted to do a portrait of Good Boy Scratch from Baldur's Gate 3. This one, I'm actually kind of self-impressed with it because I didn't do any sketching beforehand. I just started painting, which is something I've always kind of been scared to do. But actually in this one, where I took the time to sketch beneath the painting, I feel like the structure of the face is not as on point as the other one. So there's a lesson there. Maybe stop drawing, just paint. But yeah, it was another situation where I think I was pretty happy with the first one. So the second one, I didn't try as hard, I guess, which is something I need to work on personally. You should put as much effort as you feel like into every drawing. I don't know what the lesson is. Anyway, that's the end of the book. That's the end of it. So hopefully the lighting's not awful, but anyway, thanks for coming to this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone who's been leaving comments on my videos. It's really nice to know that there's a lot of other people with sort of similar insecurity struggles, I guess, when it comes to art. And I'm just glad we're all here together, drawing in our little books, even if we don't feel great about it all the time.